In terms of Visa and Fleet 2.0, I mean, we very much focus on the payment side of commercial fleets. And maybe this is best illustrated by a story. So I was talking to someone who drives a hybrid lease vehicle for business purposes. And
Hybrid? Okay.
Oh, well, I asked him in terms of, so how do you make the payments for refueling and recharging? And then he pulled out his wallet and he showed me 6 different payment cards that he has for his mobility solution. And so he had a travel T&E card that he uses for planes and hotels. He had another open loop card that he uses for trains, buses. He had a closed loop fuel card for spend domestically, and another closed loop fuel card for spend outside the border. And then because it's EV, he had 2 charging fobs. I think in terms of everyone loves carrying bits of plastic with them, right? But I think as a payments industry, we can do a better job of this. So within Visa, what we've done is develop the Visa Fleet 2.0 card, and we need a better name for this thing. But ultimately, it's a single payment card that can capture the additional data from both fuel and EV charging that the fleet operators need to calculate total cost of ownership. So you can have a single card for all of your mobility needs, right? Let's expand it beyond just fuel and EV charging.
And from what I hear, it doesn't always have to be a physical card. It can also be stored in your phone or in your smartwatch.
Well, phone, smartwatch, definitely. But I think, the future here, and we sit here and we look at all of these vehicles, is plug and charge would really be the simplest way to charge an EV, right? I think some of the best payment experiences are those that are entirely forgettable and completely secure. So to have a payment credential stored in the vehicle, that's the way I think we should be going. We do a lot of research with consumers and commercial drivers around EV adoption, and we know that payments and their inability to pay is a massive concern, and no one wants to be caught out at a charger that either is not functioning or the payment flow doesn't work. So we spend a lot of time looking at the authorization levels, and we can see that within our own data. We know what is typical in terms of an approval rate, and we see that the EV space, we can help there and we can improve those authorization rates. So that's something that we are very focused on. I think more broadly than that, it's important that there is some kind of sort of standardization around the payment process as well. And again, it may seem like a microcosm as an example here, but there's a lot of charge point operators that have adopted the same payment flows that we see within the fuel space. So I could have a block put on my card for maybe €100 for an EV charge. Now, it's very, very difficult to put €100 of electrons into an electric vehicle. So why are we blocking €100 on somebody's card? If I then haven't got those funds available, it creates another barrier to EV adoption. So there's a huge amount of work that we still need to do on the payment side, to make sure that this is not a barrier.